Philly sports, love and pain. I'm Dave. That's Kenny.
It's a me, a Mario.
I'm surprised you didn't go with Super Bowl, Super Bowl.
Because it's Super Bowl, Super Bowl, Super Bowl.
Is that too obvious after last night's fucking drubbing of the Vikings?
Stupendous.
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 I'll tell you what. The first half of last night's game is the best half of football that I've seen the Eagles play in a fucking very long time.
I'm going to be honest. I was uncomfortably comfortable.
100%.
I didn't like it.
Right? Like it just always felt good. And that was weird.
Waiting for the other shoe to drop.
Yeah. Yeah, like, and even when they like blocked the punt or blocked the field goal, it's like
Claps all around for Siposs, the greatest punter in the NFL.
Greatest tackler of all time on this.
I mean, without him, they score. That changes momentum. I really do believe that.
However, positive and negative. So positive, Siposs, baller, like chasing down the dude, making the tackle, saving the TD. Negative, bro, you had that shit laces in. All right, bro. So
Laces in.
It's laces out, dumb. Oh man, what a fucking dude! What a game! My God.
I don't have the juice because I'm tired. I'm gonna be honest with you.
You don't have the juice? What juice?
I'm fucking hyped, but I don't have juice.
You stop being a little bitch.
I want to talk. I don't trust Hurts. I don't believe in Hurts. I don't see anything good from Hurts.
So
I need to see more from Hurts. I don't believe in Hurts.
So one game, I love this. This is so good. I knew this is what was going to happen.
Fucking piece of bacon.
I should completely trust him and be completely cool because he had one great game.
Well, yeah, duh. That's how it works around here. Blind alliances.
No, listen, man. I've never seen him. I've never seen him do the things he did last night. He was all over the pocket. He was up in that shit. He was moving it. He was confident as fuck, and he was looking. He was looking downfield.
Yeah, he was. And he was doing 1, 2, 3.
Dude, like, and it didn't matter what was going on with the defensive front. Like he was downfield. I fucking loved it, man. I loved it, and he was slinging. What did he go 10 for 10?
Yeah, and it would have. I don't know, man. The refs were fucking brutal. I don't care what you say, either side of the ball. They wanted to be involved.
Well, you can't go 5 yards down the field on a fucking RPO.
Well, you learned that too last night, huh?
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, I mean, I use that as an example, right? Like,
I mean, the one was blatant.
A couple of them were really bad. Like they're like already blocking the second level, and like Hurts is just throwing the ball. It's like,
which you gotta, Nick's gotta clean that shit up.
Right. So is it Nick or is it the OC?
Well, I mean, how can you be mad at the OC though?
I'm not mad.
I think it's Nick though. I really do think it's Nick at the end of the day.
Okay.
Because his job is to make sure that the team is fundamentally sound and ready to go.
So I mean, so here's the other question, right? Like, so Shane Steichen, right? Is this his offense, or is this Sirianni's offense?
This is a combo meal.
Combo meal? I like a combo.
Extra chicken.
As long as there's a nugget on the side or something.
No, I think it's a double team.
Okay. That makes sense.
I really do. And honestly though, at the end of the day, it's really up to Nick to get these guys ready to play, It doesn't matter what the OC does. Doesn't matter what the line coach does. He's got to make sure his guys are ready. So whether that's, him flipping out on the line coach or the OC or however they got to do it. I don't know the ins and outs, but I don't think we'll see that many penalties ever again. They're going to clean it up.
It almost seems to me like the Vikings were like, yo, they're getting too far down the field on fucking RPOs. You guys need to look at that shit. and then they did it. They called like fucking 3 or 4 of them, and then the Vikings got bit on one, which is kind of funny. But yeah, the penalties weren't too bad aside from the illegal man downfield penalties. Oh, that one, but there was that one horrible OPI call against Smith.
Well, they had that was bad. And then you could argue that the defend, what do they call it, hands or whatever, illegal contact on number 3 for the Vikings.
Yeah.
That probably shouldn't have been called. I mean,
That
we'll
was
take
soft.
it.
Yeah, it was soft.
It was soft. That officiating crew is like known for what they did last night. They're like the Hockley, you know.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. Jalen showed out, and I was impressed last night. He was ranked the number 1 passer in all of NFL this weekend.
Dude, he was tossing
PFF.
piss missiles.
He was throwing the ball with authority. It was fucking incredible. I'm telling you, I've never seen him throw like that.
How soon until he gets caught being on steroids?
Oh God. Oh my God.
I'm just kidding. Don't
Dude,
listen to Roger Goodell.
How much would that suck?
It would make sense. It would make sense. No, I think he's. I think he's a clean player.
He's
I don't.
good. He's good.
Yeah,
He's been
I don't
squatting
think there's
500 since high
anything-
school.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything to worry about on that end.
Do you remember? I think we see that like every time they're on like national TV now. Like
Yeah.
Hurts doing the squat. Like these are the guaranteed C's. Like Hurts doing the squat. The Hurts FaceTime call with AJ Brown when they fucking signed him. Like you're guaranteed to see that.
And some Delco trash can going like, what the fuck?
Yeah. What the fuck? Oh man.
I really thought they were gonna lose. I thought they were gonna lose like pretty single-handedly. Like I did not feel comfortable. But again, this is like classic Atlanta Falcons last year, right? Is it the Atlanta Falcons are bad or the Eagles good? Are the Vikings good or the Packers bad? I don't know. I think I guess you can't ever count out the Packers, right, at the end of the day. But like, I don't know, the Vikings decimated them. And I think that had a lot to do with like the defense too, because remember, Zaire Alexander, is that his name over there? The stud in Green Bay?
I think you're right.
Whatever. That guy, he was like, I didn't even cover Justin Jefferson, you know? And the Eagles were like, well, guess what? We're just gonna glue Slay to you and good luck.
It is Jair. Yeah.
It is?
Alexander, yeah.
I feel better about my life now.
I think you said Zaire, but it's
Whatever.
Jair.
It's the same fucking thing.
Oh man. No, but listen, Hurts was impressive. He was impressive, and there's no other way to put it. Not like I fucking loved it. I loved every second. Now,
The interception wasn't his fault.
no, the interception wasn't. I mean, no, he was just trying to get the ball in there to Gainwell. It was a little clunky, but I don't think it was. I don't think you should say it was.
I mean, anyway.
Yeah, you can't say it was his fault. He threw it a little hard.
Linebackers make that catch.
But they had many more balls past the sticks, which I loved. The one deep ball, obviously, which was a broken coverage, but it was still pretty fucking awesome. Like in stride, hit Watkins.
Broken coverage or not, I mean, was it the offensive scheme that they were running where it broke the coverage? Because I think so. It was. I mean, for anyone that doesn't know, it was pretty clear. The corner broke, or the safety broke first, I think. Yeah, the safety broke first, and the corner thought he had help in the back, and then it was just boom,
Lights out. Yeah.
and you're not.
They were
catching.
all looking at AJ Brown on that play.
No. It was Goddard because it was a
Goddard. Okay.
Yeah, they had.
Yeah,
they
Goddard
had
ran the out. Yeah.
Yeah, they had piped him the last couple plays before that, so they were all like, "It's going back to him."
Yeah. Yeah, so they ran that out, and then Quez ran just basically a straight streak pattern and just was wide open.
How scary can the wide receivers be?
I said this before the season. I was like, I think this might be the best wide receiver room the Eagles literally have ever had. Like, literally.
No, it definitely is.
Yeah, I mean, like, the group, I mean, come on. Like,
Yeah, I mean, individually probably T.O., but,
right.
you know.
But, dude, A.J. Brown, like, and what I loved about this was there's so many things to love. First of all, because watching this game was just fun, man. Like I just remember, it just felt so fucking fun to watch this team last night.
Second half
And-
kind of sucked.
Well, no, and I want to get to that, but like I love that they started the game coming out and throwing the Smith. Like I fucking loved it.
Yeah, how did everyone know that but the Vikings? Like it was clear.
The Vikings looked like shit, and I don't know.
It's because Patrick
Like-
Peterson's in a wheelchair.
Yeah, he's not what he was for sure.
No,
But all right, but like
he did block that kick though.
he did, and he was very hype about that and making sure everybody knew about it. But like I don't know, I don't know. I just they just look like they had a lot of blown assignments, and I don't know if that's because of the way that they were routing and the way that they were scheming. Like they use a lot of pre-snap motion, which is not like the Eagles, which I fucking loved it. Careful over there. So like maybe they just kept them on their toes enough, and maybe the Eagles are just better than them. Like that's fine, but like, dude, their defense looked like they didn't know what the fuck was going on half the time. They made tackles, but that's it.
I think the best thing that happened was Nick was just like, I'm not doing this play calling bullshit anymore. Gets a fresh mind in there. Even the
I hate
matchup,
it.
like
I
was
hate it.
what?
I hate it when the head coach doesn't call the plays.
Really, I love it.
Yeah,
I think it's
no, let's do this because I don't know why you like it.
because I want him to focus on the other things that matter.
Like what?
The whole game plan.
So like, game planning and calling the plays literally during the game doesn't matter.
No, I get you, but he can at least focus a little bit more on old sunglasses. If
Well,
he's not.
Maybe they need to keep letting Howie in on those defensive game plans.
What?
You don't remember hearing about that drama?
No.
Oh my God! So there was like in a press conference, somebody said something like Gannon. It was Gannon's press conference after week 1, and he was talking about how they game plan, and he runs down the game plan with with coach and Howie, and then he like skirted on that, and then like kept moving, but like on the radio and a lot of other places, people were like hyper focused on that. They're like, wait a minute. Why is Howie in the fucking game planning room? This is ridiculous. I can't believe he's got his hands in the fucking pie.
Who cares?
Like, he's not. First of all, I don't think he's actually in the fucking game plan. He's probably just listening to personnel shit. Like I highly doubt Howie Roseman is in there telling Gannon what game plan to use. Like, come on, dude. You truly believe that?
Your prototypical boss that comes in into the middle of a conference and a meeting. He goes, "Oh, donuts? Thanks.
Hey guys, you good?
Hey, everyone good here? Do we need a linebacker? Do we need a safety? What do you want me to go get you? Is that what you need?"
I think that literally might be it. And like people got so hype about it, but I think it's funny now.
I don't even
because they all got pissy about it. And then this week they fucking came out and looked like they were fucking possessed on the field. Like I don't know.
Cox had a great game, and Cox is going to set the tone.
Cox was in the backfield a lot, dude.
Yeah, he was living there. He was feasting.
But that doesn't like. Where did this come from? Where?
You want my opinion?
Do the Vikings blow?
I guess this is the part of the podcast, right? Like, do you want my opinion?
That's literally what this podcast is.
Yeah, I put it together after I said it. I think that the Eagles were like, it's the Lions. We don't have to worry about them. And I'm not necessarily saying like head coach wise or OC or DC. Like I think
so like mentality was just a little light going into
the
game
players were like, it's week 1. Even if it's the Lions, they fucking blow. Turns out the Lions are pretty good. They're not gonna keep pace. Like, let's be realistic.
No.
But right now, I mean, they're better than the Broncos. They're better than.
Can you believe you just said that?
Yeah, I think Russ is cooked. I hate to say it.
Is that the worst contract like ever?
Ever.
If that's the case, like, oh my God.
And it's funny because they're literally a piece away. I think. I mean, I'm not like, oh, Denver fucking Broncos football, Bernie up.
To me, it seems like their coach is like inept.
Who is it?
I don't really even know who's calling the plays, but whoever it is, like their play calling is atrocious.
My whole thing now is that if you're not a young gun, you're not gonna succeed in the NFL.
So like the McVays and all that.
Yeah, like I mean,
Oh,
Sirianni.
it's Nathaniel Hackett. That's right. Oh my God.
And
He looks like such
the
a goober. He reminds me of the
Eberflus?
Cole. He reminds me of the Cole's Cash meme with Kirk
Kirk
Cousins.
Cousins, yeah. Eberflus or whatever, whatever.
Eberflus, yeah.
Yeah, and the Bears, like they're screwed. The NFL
He's
has
like a happy, nice grandpa over there on the
yeah,
sideline.
get lost.
Like a really bad play happened, and he's like, "Oh man, are you serious? Oh man, like he was no fire, like no fire. Like come on, dude, you can't have that."
Nah, the NFL is it's good to see. It's exciting. They're pushing all the old people out. It's time to put them out the pasture.
Oh man.
I mean, look at the Dolphins. They're fucking fun.
Well, we all know how you feel about old people.
They
So,
suck.
You know, Merrill Reese. You want them all out.
I mean, I'm not wrong about Merrill Reese.
Did you
You hear
hear? So
the-
speaking of Merrill Reese, this podcast is like fucking so scattered right now. But speaking of Merrill Reese, did you hear the replay of the Quez touchdown?
No, did he have a stroke?
No. But he was like so not like hype,
Yeah,
and like that was like amazing play, right? And he's like,
he wasn't hype when Tom Brady threw the ball to try to win the Super Bowl. He's done. It's time. People get old and they die.
and he's got Wes Watkins down the middle for a touchdown, 53 yards, and it was like
I'm surprised he could fucking count to 53.
that was vanilla, bro.
Yeah, he's washed, man. It's time.
That's a ballsy fucking play call, though, coming out of the fucking quarter end, the first play of the second quarter, and they're like, yo, bitch. Boom!
Dismiss him.
Loved it. Damn it, I love that game. That game, the first half, I shouldn't say the game, because I did not love the game. I loved the first half. The second half was bullshit. And if it weren't for fucking Slay, I'm not sure they would have won playing like that.
You can't force the ball to Justin Jefferson if the man is just completely glued.
How many times? So I watched the condensed replay, right? So it's like literally, it's like they run the play and then like they skip all the shit and then they run the next play. So it's like boom, boom, boom. I think there was a stretch there in the third or fourth quarter where almost literally every play, Joe Buck was like, "Oh, and it's almost intercepted by Slay." Like every play, dude, it was unbelievable. Like
he's so good. Caputo in my other chat was like, he's washed. Justin Jefferson.
when did he say that? This week or last week?
Oh no, he said it before the game kicked off.
Okay, well, at least before the game.
Yeah, well, still, you can't make that.
You
statement.
can't say he's washed. He has done nothing wrong to make you think he's washed.
He let up that one touchdown on the Lions, and
That
it
was a
like,
good ball, though. That was a good throw, honestly.
Do you know Jared Goff's only 27? Doesn't he? He looks like he's 48.
He does look old, bro.
It's time out the pasture.
Yeah, you don't like Aaron Rodgers. Like, you don't like any of the old guys.
Yeah, I like change. I think in the NFL because it gives the Eagles hope. Seriously, it just does. It gives you a shot.
Listen to this stat. I got to throw one at you. Last week, right, the defensive front had 8 hurries and 4 hits, okay? So 4 hits and 8 hurries in the pass rush. Do you want to take a stab at what they had this week?
13.
5 hits, 16 hurries. Dude, that is ridiculous.
But how much of that was like Kirk Cousins just was like, oh God? You know what I mean?
I think the problem was that Jefferson wasn't getting open, dude. And like, I think that that's the first read on every passing play. It's got to be.
Well, wouldn't it be?
Thielen had like no targets. Like, what are you doing?
He had 5.
No, I'm talking about like in the beginning of the game. Like they
I
had
was gonna
nothing.
say.
Yeah, they had like nothing going on, and they weren't throwing at Thielen. They didn't start throwing at Thielen until they realized like, oh shit, like why is Thielen second rate now? What happened to him?
I was talking to Gene about this.
Yeah, what did he say? What did he say about it?
No, fuck Gene. This is what I said.
Oh,
It's my
fuck Gene.
opinion.
Okay.
Gene and I did an old middle school. You know, you find a girl that you're interested in for the first time. You talk on the phone for 24 hours. You know what I'm talking about? You ever do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we literally watched the whole thing via iPhone.
What?
I sat on my couch, he sat on his couch, and we talked to each other through the phone for 3 hours watching the whole game.
Oh, the game last night?
Yeah.
I love it. It's great.
Yeah, it's, no big deal. But I think that running backs have an immediate short life, right? 3 to 5 years. Look at Henry. I think he's already running out of steam.
Something's up with him. Yeah.
Wide receivers give you much more shelf life, 7 to 8 years, maybe 6, 5, whatever you want to call it. But they immediately drop off when they drop off. They're like done.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if once you lose, it has nothing to do with like hands, or once you lose that burst or that step or that pivot or that breakaway speed, any of those things, which is going to common for anyone, you end up becoming just another guy out there, And that's what Thielen is. And Thielen, his best years were with Diggs.
Now that's a good point. That's a great point, actually. But
So
you have Justin Jefferson over there. It's not like he's a slouch.
Problem is that they're force feeding Justin Jefferson. When they had Diggs and Thielen, they were just fucking chucking it. Someone's gonna be open. But you had, what I'm trying to say? Like, they weren't force feeding those guys. But I think wide receivers, they normally just, once they hit the wall, and they hit it hard, man, and then they're done.
Well, I don't know why they were throwing at Slay so much, but Slay was just the man. I mean, I don't know how else to even put it. He had 2 picks. He probably could have legitimately had 4.
We got Slay for a pack of circus peanuts.
I can't believe I'm like making that statement seriously, but he could have had 4 interceptions in that game.
Well, I wonder. Yeah, I mean, he definitely dropped that one. He guaranteed dropped 1, like 100%.
He definitely dropped 2, bro.
Yeah, and then I'm thinking about that other one in the end zone before he caught the end zone one.
Yeah. Like that was in the same exact spot. Like, what are you doing?
It was the same play.
How great though? How great was it when he jumped that fucking route and Justin Jefferson's like, "What?" Oh god, it was so good.
Stop fucking crying. Just do your job. Fuck.
I can't stop smiling from that fucking.
Can we talk about how Marcus Epps just absolutely murdered that dude's shoulder?
Ooh.
He laid a B-dog hit.
I know he did.
Legally, might I add, which is difficult to do nowadays in the NFL.
You're right.
They have a dirty secondary. I mean, where's the flaw? Seriously.
Right now, the way that I see it right now, there's not much one.
Right? If
they stay healthy,
gun to my head. It's like coaching hurts, right?
Yeah.
And
does it?
That's gun to my head. And right now, you don't even put Hurts in that. You just need Hurts to be consistent, right? Like, we got to see this next week and the next week.
Well, I was talking to my boy Joe Sparrow. Shout out to Joe. He's a listener, valid, true, professional listener. But Joe we were talking about some shit, and he was like, even if Hurts plays like a rung or 2 below what he played last night for the rest of the season, and that's like the norm, we're gonna be golden. Because he was so good. He was Vic good last night.
What they call that, the Monday?
Well, he literally had the same stat line.
Yeah, and they called Vic's the Monday Night Massacre, I think.
Yeah. And Hurts had the same
2.
333 yards. It was like literally the same yards. Pretty cool.
No quarterback should be able to score from the 6-yard line after being gang tackled by 3 people.
Dude, that touchdown right there. Well, the first one was also fucking crazy good, like athletic, like the way he just planted that foot and turned up. But that one where he was getting tackled at the 5-yard line, and he dragged 3 dudes into the end zone. Like, it's ridiculous. I guess that's why he squats 600 pounds.
Easily.
You know, that it was awesome.
You could argue that the Eagles have flaws in the fourth wide receiver, and I think he
Well,
played well.
do
I mean,
they?
he
Do they though?
no, they
Because
don't.
Pascal looked okay too.
Yeah, he did exactly what he's supposed to do: catch the fucking ball when it comes his way. That's it.
That's it. Yeah, and like just never stop. Like these guys they're doing the right shit right now. Like they're kind of firing right now, and it's really cool to see this early, honestly. But like I'm like everybody. I'm nervous about
Do you pay
everything.
Miles Sanders?
I'm nervous about everything.
Do you pay Miles Sanders?
No. No, because I don't think that he's special. I think he's good. And I think that I think he's good. But I don't think he's special. And I don't know if you the way that this team's built, I don't know if you can afford to pay a guy unless he's special. If that makes sense.
I never, ever, 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 ever want to pay a running back.
I was going to say, I think you might be of the mindset where you literally will never like have a long-term running back like ever.
No, you don't need it. Look what Zeke's doing to the Cowboys. That contract has handicapped them to the point they
between
can't
him
do
and
anything.
Dak, they spend so much money on those two guys.
I just think that you can get a running back in, and how he's proven it. I mean, you spend the asset to get a running back in the second round, and it's worked out for them. I mean, every time it's worked out for them, the last 5 or 6.
I'm curious to know. I'll be curious to know, like how people feel about this. Like, if people would want them to have like I was gonna say Henry, but like
They did this with DeMarco Murray, remember?
I do.
Didn't work out. I think you can. I think you get a running back on a rookie contract, and I think you just carry that out. I mean, Boston Scott was gashing the line.
I know. And Sanders had 17 carries for 80 yards. Like that's a nice night, man.
That's a great night.
Yeah, I mean, they had 158 yards rushing again, like over 150 yards. Like,
and this isn't any disrespect to Miles Sanders at all. I think he's a good player. I just think the philosophy for the Eagles for years it was, we don't value the linebacker. They put value in the linebacker, and look at the difference it makes.
What was different to me about this game was they definitely were looking up the middle a lot more this time.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's because, they know something about the Minnesota front or whatever it is, but I noticed that they gashed up the middle pretty good.
I know you can't put a linebacker on Devontae Smith and not expect him to get 15 yards on that play. Idiots.
Right? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, what the fuck were the Vikings smoking? And what the fuck is up with Green Bay? Because this is why the NFL is so difficult, right? Like, you can't say, like, well, because the Vikings beat Green Bay and because we handled the Vikings. It's not the same thing. It doesn't work.
David.
It doesn't work.
The Bears are a terrible team again.
They are bad.
They got lucky. They got
their
lucky
offense. Their offense is putrid, dude.
They got lucky because of that rainstorm. It kept it close last week. I drank the Bear Kool-Aid. I'll be the first to admit. I thought they would at least. I didn't think they'd beat the Packers. I never thought that was a possibility, but I thought they'd keep it close.
All right. Right.
The Bears are a trash can organization.
I don't know about that.
Recently, absolutely.
Well, what's recently mean?
Jay Cutler.
I like Jay Cutler.
So did I. I'm saying after Jay Cutler.
Okay. Since Jay Cutler. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there hasn't been anything there. They haven't done one damn good thing.
Isn't it funny though? Like these Ohio State quarterbacks. Like, I think it has to do with like Ohio State has so many good athletes and they're just so much better than the other athletes on the field that like it makes the quarterbacks look better.
And it's funny too because
like, listen, is Stroud that good? Is he?
He struggles a little bit.
Was Fields that good? Like Fields did the same shit in college, and now look at him. Now listen, the Bears are shit. But what happens when you're on a good college team and you get drafted into the pros? You play on a shit team, and you have to fucking make it happen with the shitty or half decent players. And it seems like they never can. So I don't know what that is, but
it's It's almost like Alabama quarterbacks for me too, because for the longest time they weren't worth a dick, and then of course, they go 3-0, 8 fucking touchdowns. I think like 2 picks. They had a really good, and I'm talking about Mac Jones. I'm talking about Jalen
Yeah.
Hurts. I'm talking about Tua. So maybe
Well,
Alabama's arrived. I mean, they've always arrived. I can't wait to get. What do you mean? But the quarterbacks have not always been. AJ McCarron comes to mind, right?
yeah,
He's got a hot wife. That's about it.
he does. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. College is so fucked up. It's just fucked up. That's the problem. Because you're 100% right. How much of the talent makes the person around them that much better?
Yeah, and that's why like when you
Zach Wilson might lose his job to Joe Flacco.
that's kind of one of the reasons why like you could argue positive and negative when they drafted Wentz, right? Because like he came from a weird school. And like so was he just better than all the D2 guys? You know what I mean?
We gotta start
Like
paying better attention to like scouting reports because they're turning out to be pretty fucking accurate, right?
it's like literally every line is like yep.
Unique
Wild.
talent, mental midget. Fuck.
Damn, we should have seen this comment, man.
Ben Simmons does not play well with others. Really good though.
Literally.
Damn it. Can't shoot for shit. He's gonna ruin your franchise. Take him back for a year or two. Draft him anyway. What?
Well, Tua had an amazing weekend too, actually. You mentioned Tua, it was just on my mind.
I like Tua.
Do you?
I think he's getting comfortable. Well, and it helps that you have fucking Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle to throw to. Listen,
Waddle.
this is like my whole fucking point about this running back situation. You could put any motherfucker in there. If you look at, you have 2 elite wide receivers.
If you can air it out effectively, like if you have a guy who could do it, yeah, you're right. But when you don't have a strong quarterback, you need like legit running backs. Like
That's fine, but you can't sit here. Okay, Nick Chubb might be the only exception because I don't think that Cleveland is anywhere good without him, right?
Yeah, Nick Chubb is like that whole team.
But Zeke Elliott is probably one of the worst signings to date. Terrible money wrapped up in a guy that maybe he does care, maybe he doesn't care. He just doesn't do. He does a lot of things really good, but he doesn't do anything like.
Well, one of your all-time sayings is he doesn't move the needle.
Yeah, he really doesn't.
Yeah, he doesn't move the needle.
You have Cooper Rush now, which I don't fucking know about him. I know he's a ginger. That's about it.
I don't know anything about him.
And I think Dak's a pretty decent quarterback. If he's healthy. Which he's got a lot of injuries. Dude, Cowboys are fucked, man.
They're in trouble, man.
They're
really
in
are.
big time trouble.
They really are.
We'll probably lose to them, but I still think they're in big time trouble.
Well, I mean, we kind of danced around everything in this game, but is there anything that you want to like talk about because we're kind of, what do you got?
What did I tell you? I told all of you people last week. There's no structure. It's just whatever we want to do. Okay?
That's right.
So if you don't like it, all 13 of you, hang it up. Hassan Reddick cannot cover. Stop putting him in coverage situations.
You've come to my side.
I'll come to yours. I'll come on your side.
We agree. We agree on something. Wait,
yeah,
what?
It's rare around here. That doesn't mean, again, it's not a disrespectful comment. I think he's very good in the run game. I think he can cover a small out route, 5-6 yards. But anything over that, he's going to be burnt toast. And if you are going to keep doing it, you need to prepare to have Maddox. By the way, incredible interception by Maddox. He has taken a leap.
Yes.
Still, Jay's comment about taking Maddox over Slay is still one of the dumbest things I've ever fucking heard. But he has taken a leap, and he's good.
I agree.
But you gotta, if you're gonna have Reddick on coverage, then you need to have Maddox shadowing or a safety or whoever the hell needs to do whatever they need to do over there.
But why? Why is he playing coverage? You know, like what? Why? Why are we doing that to him?
And I don't know how much of this is like, "Well, I can do it. Trust me, I've done it. I can do it." Kind of
It
mentality.
was only two. It was only two balls. Like I just looked it up. It was only two balls, but it felt like 8.
It's still. I don't want him out there.
He doesn't look good out there. I don't know what it is.
I mean, he looks like a beast on the pass or on the.
I love
rush.
him. Yes, please let him rush the quarterback. That's
Yeah.
what he needs to do. It's why we brought him here. I thought.
And that's okay if if he's not an every down, But I guess the money you're paying him, he really needs to be an every down kind of guy, right?
And maybe that's why they shifted him to outside linebacker, because he's not a defensive end in this defense.
No, he's not. It's going to be interesting, and this is the beautiful thing about like growth, like you watch the tape, you move forward, you do this better, you do this differently, but then you're going to do this worse because something's got to give. You know what I mean? Like it's like a
Yeah.
never-ending cycle, and that's what makes football so much fun. The Eagles have a legitimate fucking team here.
What did you think about? I kind of think it's funny because I'm not hearing anything about this. But what did you think about Jordan Davis?
Did he play?
Okay, that's my point.
Yeah.
So I think that
I don't think these guys are ready. That's my opinion.
I think that you're right. I think that they're not really quite ready to be in the fucking spotlight so much. And he had 17 snaps, which is a little bit more than before, but something's up there.
So let me get this right. So Gannon did what everyone wanted him to do and played him more. He didn't show anything, right?
And
I
I've
didn't
heard
know
nothing.
I didn't think he played at all.
And I've heard nothing from anyone.
And that's my point, right? So like they're just not ready, and that's okay. They don't need to be ready because they're playing good defense, man.
So how many snaps did I say he had?
17.
That was on the pass rush. So technically, I just looked it up. Technically, he had one less snap this week.
Interesting.
It is, right? And no one's saying anything about it. But I
Because
think
they had
because we won.
Yeah, well, and also they didn't get fucking gashed for $1 million. They kept Cook in line.
They really did, and which was impressive, man. Like I
Yeah.
was expecting him to get his, but he didn't. Like he didn't. And it was impressive. It really was impressive.
So, and I definitely know that Dean's not ready. I mean, he's not even seeing the field.
But like they abandoned the run immediately. Like I don't know if they. I don't even know if they thought that they could run the ball against us. I think Dalvin Cook only had like 6 carries or something. Let me look it up.
Oh,
Yeah.
If it's not
6?
working,
But 6 carries the whole fucking game, dude.
they were losing like 21-0.
But that dude is like. Okay, whatever. He's a big part of their offense. I mean, unless I don't fucking know. I don't know. 6 carries? That's fucking terrible. If I'm a Vikings fan today, I'm so fucking pissed off because that game plan was terrible. The defense played like shit, and the offensive game plan was throw it at Jefferson regardless. It was really shitty.
I don't want to.
And I'm not trying to take anything away from the Eagles.
No, I'm trying. I'm trying to find how to word this. I don't want to ever think that if I'm a Vikings fan, this is how I should feel because I fucking hate the Viking fans.
That's very fair.
They're
very
the
fair.
fucking worst.
Skull.
Just take your chewing tobacco and shut the fuck up. Minnesota easily is like
Copenhagen's better anyway.
Minnesota is like easily just like like they want to be something. They're never going to be anything. State, professionally speaking, of course. Am I wrong?
I don't know. I mean,
Vikings never won a Super Bowl, right?
the Vikings are what they are. What else you got?
The Wilds never won a Stanley Cup.
So you're just talking about like titles?
I'm just talking about they think they're always going to be a contender. And Minnesota always comes up short. Stupid ass bitch state. Put it on the list, Fry. What do we got? Canada, Ohio,
Iowa.
Iowa. Fuck you. Okay, buddy.
So all right. anything else before we put this game to bed? I liked it. I loved the first half. I was nervous in the second half because it didn't look the same, but I think that's because they were just trying to chew clock. I really do.
Yeah, but you can't get into like that hole a little bit, you know.
It was like they had some false start penalties and like, they were definitely running the ball more.
Mulatto
So
looks like he's not like he kind of looks human.
a little bit more. Yes. Yes, I agree with that. I won't say he's lost a step, but yeah, I agree.
No, of course not.
But that was a nice. They had a nice drive in the third quarter. It was like a 6-minute drive, but it ended with that block field goal. So
Yeah. So, I don't know if you're trying to move on, but I do have.
no, I don't care.
I do
fuck?
have a question.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
that's not a question.
I got. Oh my god, that smells. Wolf.
Yummy.
Turkey meatballs for dinner. All right. Lions. This is This is up to week 12, which is Green Bay. I think you know where I'm going with this, right?
Oh boy.
All right, so they beat the Lions, they beat the Vikings. So week 3, Washington, then Jaguars, Cardinals, Cowboys, bye, Steelers, Texans, Washington, Colts, and then week 12 is Green Bay. And then outside of that, 13, 14, and 15 are Titans, the Giants, and the Bears. Where is the stumble?
I can't do this today.
I know you got it though. I'm sorry.
No, like I can't do this today because I can't. Like I said this to you guys, I think today, right? I can't objectively look at the schedule right now. Like I can't.
I'm doing it right now.
You are not being objective. You're not being objective. You've had so much Eagles Kool-Aid that it's coming out of your fucking nostrils right now.
Wait, I asked you a fucking question, so answer the question. Where do they get slipped up?
Okay, so here is what I'm going to say to you. The next 4 weeks, they will lose one of them.
Okay, I can agree with that. 2 divisional games. Hopefully not this Sunday because I'm going to be really fucking pissed.
The podcast will be on the road, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, in Washington, D.C. Well, kind of. To see this, hopefully, destruction and put it to bed once and for fucking all.
Are you wearing your Wentz jersey?
We gotta collaborate on that. Because
I'm wearing my Wentz and I'm bringing painter's tape.
Are we gonna like hide it under your balls or something?
No, we'll just do it in the parking lot. I'm gonna have someone strip over Wentz and write like something stupid on it. But that's what I'm wearing. But I want it to be clear.
They're gonna be checking us though.
What?
Like, they're gonna be checking everything.
Yeah, I'm not gonna write like "is a stupid hairy cunt."
Okay.
All right, so I agree with. I agree with you.
I don't think it's this weekend, but I'm not saying it can't be because they're fucking riding the wave right now. And if you thought they took the Lions lightly, what do you think is going to happen this weekend? So I'm a little concerned about that, a little bit. The Jaguars looked good, and say whatever you want to say, but when you shut out a team in the NFL, it's good. Okay. So that's
Colts
at
are
least,
bad though. I mean, Colts are bad.
the Colts are weak. Yes, I agree with that. And Matt Ryan is like a fucking statue. It's really
I'll let
bad.
you go. I'll let you finish, and then I
just give me this two more, right? And then the Cardinals is obviously can be a loss because
I think that's your slip up.
It's a road game. It's on the West Coast. There's the time thing. There's Kyler Murray is fucking a good athlete. He's really gonna test our defensive line, and they might get tired trying to chase after the
Jordan Davis game.
Jordan Davis, what? He can't chase fucking Kyler Murray.
I'm just saying that he might get more snaps. Is kind of what I was getting.
Maybe he might have to because they're gonna be tired as fuck.
Yep.
And then week 6 against the Cowboys, Cooper Rush. That doesn't scare me at all. So I think that can they lose that? Yes, because they're going to split with the Cowboys.
Always do.
Guarantee. It's almost a guarantee. So, I don't want them to fucking lose that game. It's at home. They need to win that game, and that's before the bye week. So
I feel like there are games on the schedule that we thought were going to be more difficult than they are.
But what in those set of 4 games that we just talked about is something that we think is different now than it was. Because I don't think there's anything.
Well, I think you could argue that the Cardinals after week 1, we thought, I definitely thought were maybe a step backwards, just a tinge,
Okay. Yeah, they didn't look as good.
Exactly. And then this week they didn't look good until Kyler Murray decided to do some cocaine.
Dude, when he's running around in the backfield, it's fucking insane.
It reminds me of like NFL Blitz when you used to put the big head on.
Yeah, it's like he's just like fucking running around back there. Like
I thought the Titans would be better this year. I thought the Colts would be better.
You're going too deep though. So like,
I get you. I'm just saying. I think there's
like, all right, let's just fucking do this because you're forcing me into it. So, in the next 4 games, you agree they lose at least one.
You were talking about 3, 4, 5, and 6, right?
Yeah, the next.
Yeah,
4.
I could agree with that.
Can they lose 2?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So let's say worst case scenario, they're 4-2 at the bye.
And I don't even want to hear the fucking fans in this town.
What if they're 4-2?
Yeah, like they'll be 4-0 and lose 2 in a row, and then go to the bye, and then everyone will be like,
So
"Fucking Nick Sirianni, you piece of shit."
that is the most likely scenario. If they're gonna be 4-2 at the bye, that's it. That's what it's gonna be. They're gonna lose. They would lose to the Cardinals,
Also,
and then they would lose to the Cowboys
Let me spin this for you.
in prime time at home. Oh my God!
Let me spin this for you. Ricka. If they lose to the Jaguars and the Redskins,
Yep.
and then they beat the Cardinals and the Cowboys, is it such a big deal?
Yeah, it's worse. I think.
Really? See, I think, I guess maybe losing 2. If they lose to the Jaguars,
you can't lose 2.
if they lose to the Jaguars and beat the rest, I don't think that it's just a fucking fart game, right? Which happens.
Yeah, I don't really want to lose to Dougie P, but yeah.
Big Dick Doug? What?
BDD.
I don't know, man. I'm
All right,
just
so
saying.
let's just keep going. So
Bye.
4-2 at the bye. Worst case scenario, right?
Yeah, I can't imagine it's worse than that.
So the next 4 games, right? You got the Steelers at home.
Mitchell Trubisky is not coming into Philly. I'll be there, by the way. Trubisky's not coming into Philadelphia.
Pickett's playing by week 8.
No fucking way. I have a lot of friends close in the circle of the Steelers, and every last one of them is adamant that Pickett's not playing this year.
No, I think Trubisky's going to get hurt.
Okay, that's fair.
He's taking way too many hits.
If it's Pickett, I'm a little more scared, just because it's like unfortunate lucky situation.
Little unknown situation.
Yeah, exactly. No tape. You know how that goes.
So all right, so that's a win. You're saying?
Yeah, and I think the Texans is a win. Thursday night in Texas.
Like that could be a slip-up game.
Yeah,
because on the road, it's Thursday night. Short.
We know they're not going to go undefeated. I think I see what you're doing. You're trying to find every 4 games there's going to be an L, right? I mean, that's how I'm kind of looking at this.
Yeah, that's about what I think. Yeah,
within the 4 cluster, and we're obviously excluding 1 and 2, right? Week 1 and 2, they're already done, obviously. But I still don't think I can I don't think I could come on here and say that the Eagles are going to go 13-4. No, I want to, I really do.
I just can't. I can't say that.
I can. Although the Giants,
hear me out. They could have. They got a bad stretch where they play the Packers. If the Packers turn their shit around, that's a tough game. Okay.
It always is.
Okay, so they got the Packers, the Titans, which again, if they turn their shit around and get Henry going, that's a tough game.
The Titans are fucking done.
And then you got the Giants.
Yeah, the Giants scare me.
It's possible that they go on a 3-game slide right there.
No way. They're not losing to the Titans. I'll bet you're straight up.
No, I don't want. Why would I bet you straight up?
Bitch.
Why'd I do that?
We'll see what the line is. I don't think the Titans. See, here's the problem with the Titans. Yeah, they have a really good running back. They have Robert Woods as their number 1. They're missing A.J. Brown, which is insane. But without the wide receiver opening up the run game, everyone's just stacking the box, eating fucking Henry, and letting Robert Woods get his 3 yards.
Well, they better be careful. They're going to get him fired over there because they look like shit.
They do. Tannehill is not a quarterback.
Dude, they just got embarrassed last night. They gave up 41 points in the third by 3 quarters.
Yeah, it's not good over there. But I actually tend to agree with you that here's a bold statement. Could the Giants sweep the Eagles this year?
Yes, because the Giants, I think, are the dark horse here.
I agree.
But can they go 12 or 13 wins this year? No.
Who?
The Giants.
I don't even. Do you know? Well, they kind of have the same schedule as us,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it's similar. Yeah. I don't know. I can't. There's no way in the world that I can go right now and say that the Eagles are going to win 13 games. I can't. I think the highest that I could go right now at this time is probably 11.
I'm still on 12. So, I mean, we're still in our projections, right?
Because, well, I was at 10. I was more on 10. I think I'm now at 11.
I'm still going to hold strong at 12.
And I think I still think it's going to be in that range. Like you just something's going to fucking happen, man. Something always happens.
Yeah.
Like hopefully it's not anything bad, but you know how it is. So
I can't believe they whooped the shit out of the Vikings.
they didn't like the Vikings weren't even in that game.
They would have been better to not get off the plane.
But like why? You know? Like why? It's fucking bizarre, dude.
It
By the way, props to Gannon. This is the first I don't know even this is like a legit quarterback, but the first good decent quarterback that they've beaten. So
No,
props.
I think Kurt doesn't get the respect he deserves.
I know. I'm just not saying. I don't know if I could say he's like elite. I mean, he's good.
Yeah, but how many elite quarterbacks in the league? We've been doing this
Right
for
now?
an hour on the Eagles because football's back and they're winning. I'm so excited because fuck all the other sports. Fuck yeah.
Well, we don't have to talk about the Phillies game. It's like a fucking softball game over there tonight.
What is it?
At this moment, the score in the bottom of the 8th inning is Toronto Blue Jays 14,
Holy shit.
Phillies 10.
What is going on?
It's a fucking softball game.
They're so annoying.
It's a softball game.
We'll circle back on. Well, let's move on. We'll close on the Eagles. But
All right,
let's
we'll close on the Eagles. So let's go over to the Phils.
boo,
They're-
and boo, boo. One more boo.
They're in trouble.
Yeah, no,
A little
shit.
bit. The ship is taking on water.
They're gonna lose 7 in a row.
They got too many injuries, man, and it's starting
Yeah.
to catch up with them now. It really is. Like Gibson shouldn't be in a rotation, but they can't make any moves. They don't fucking have anybody else to put in
You
there.
know what's interesting about Gibson? It's like sometimes he throws and you're like, wow, he's good, and then sometimes he throws and you're like, what the fuck is he looking at?
Dude, he gave up 7 runs tonight.
Yeah. I mean, the Blue Jays are good, and they're obviously probably better than the Phillies, but they're not like fucking 14 runs good.
They score a lot. They're good. They're good. I mean, they're good. They're in a top division. They're in second place in that division. It's pretty legit.
Orioles and the Red Sox?
Yeah, the Yankees.
No, I mean, I get that, but I don't know. I mean, losing to the Braves doesn't really matter. We weren't ever going to catch them, right?
No, I think that it just for me, it's like starting to be like I'm starting to like I'm getting. I don't know if they can survive the fucking barrage right now. Like they,
You know what
taking
happened?
on so many fucking injuries, dude. Castellanos has been out for fucking like 3 weeks, man.
He's got the old Ryan Ellis injury.
Oh, the one that no one knows what it is, but he can't play ever again.
I hate the fucking Flyers. Wow, we get to talk about them tonight.
So the Phillies are in a little bit of trouble. They might lose 7 in a row. It's looking likely, unless they fucking hit more home runs. They need to go 3-3 on these next 6 games here tonight included. They got 2 against Toronto and then 4 against the Braves, all at home. And you got to go at least 3-3. If you go 3-3, then you get out of there 500, and then the schedule is a little looser. It's not easy, but it's looser. So that's where I'm at with the Phillies.
If they don't make the playoffs, woof.
By the way, there's like nobody at the game tonight.
Yeah.
Nobody.
I mean, this is the one time I could agree with the fans. There's 7 straight L's.
They have not lost 7 straight.
Also, we talked about this.
They've lost 4 straight, and they have not lost 7 straight, and they just won 5 straight. So what the fuck do you want?
Consistency, Dave. Consistency in a playoff run is what I want. Consistency.
Look, it's consistent. They won 5. They're going to lose 5.
You know why people aren't there tonight?
Because they're all jerking off to the Eagles game from last night.
It's honestly really expensive to go to any kind of game right now. I don't know.
It's not as expensive to go to a Phillies game, but I hear you for sure.
It's still a lot of fucking money.
It is. Even if you, like, you have 2, 3, whatever, and you sit nosebleed and you have any food or drink, and you park and all this shit, you're spending $150.
Oh, easily.
You're sitting like
they're charging $45 to park for the Eagles game. Fucking blow me. It's a parking lot.
$45.
That
$90 for RVs.
Well, fuck them RVs. AGF. Gonna have to pay that out. You know what's funny though is Jay called me, and he was like, "You won't believe it." He's like, a Miller Lite, $13, right? For 24 ounces. I'm like, yeah, all right. I mean, I can believe it, right? He's like, whatever. What's the story here? A Golden Monkey, $13 for 24 ounces.
See, like, why?
They have no fucking idea what they're doing. That's 4 beers. That's 4 fucking beers.
It's also a bad situation.
If you have not blacked out drinking Golden Monkeys, please chime in. You want to get the band back together this weekend? You want to do a little Dogfish Head victory cases?
And juice and some Golden Monkey.
Sour monkeys are better, but
no, never. Sour, nothing is better than no.
Oh, wow. Sour monkey over Golden Monkey every time.
No.
Oh, absolutely. Same alcohol percentage.
It doesn't taste better.
Oh, I like the berry one too. The Mary, not the Mary Berry, the other one.
That one's good.
Yeah, that one's good.
That one's good.
I'm just saying, there's nothing better for a guy with Crohn's to just drink a bunch of heavy beers that are IPAs and wake up and go to a game all day.
I mean, how could it get any better?
It couldn't.
So let's move on. Phillies, I hope that they survive and make the playoffs. I still, for some reason, think that like if they can make the playoffs, that they can actually do some damage. I really do.
Stop it.
They only have to win. They only have to win 2 games, so you don't have to worry about Gibson or any of that bullshit.
The thing is, they're not gonna have, if they get in, those people need to be healthy is the only way they're gonna make it work, right? So you need to have Marsh got hurt tonight, who, by the way, kudos to Dave, not you, the other Dave, for getting him in here and fixing so-called his unfixable swing because he's been fucking on one.
Yeah, did you see the side-by-side?
Yeah, it's incredible. He looks good.
Yeah, and he's batting almost 280.
So
since coming here.
I think if you don't have Marsh, you don't have Castellanos, you have a Harper that, and listen, I have a crush on Harper, but he's still not 100%. You can make that argument. So
it's not even an argument, it's for sure.
Yeah, they could win if they get Zach Wheeler and they get Nola, and they got to get vintage Nola. None of this Nola decides not to pitch Nola. They could probably make some noise. They are not winning a 7-game series. 0 shot in hell.
No, agreed 100%.
So
I think they have a chance to make it to the second round if they
they
make
just
it.
need people back, and that's the biggest thing.
Castellanos supposedly starts his minor league rehab this weekend, so we'll see, I guess. Schwarber, though, has number 40. That's 40 homers for Schwarber this year.
And again, it's like it's good news because like his average is dog shit, but if you're hitting 40 boners,
Who gives a fuck?
you can't give a fuck.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly. So let's see what they do. They got these 6 games to prove something. Hopefully it works out.
I'm so
Who
glad we're
knows?
not going on Saturday. I'm so glad we made that decision.
So
Oh, by the way, we'll be to you by 1.
okay. So
We'll head on down.
so like what the fuck is going on with the Flyers?
Well, Coots is out for the year.
Is the Wells Fargo Center cursed?
I fucking hate the Flyers.
Is it cursed?
You know, I had my Flyers mug today going to work. I almost threw it out the window. I was so fucking irritated looking at that symbol.
That's why Mike Missinelli wants to change the symbol and colors.
I forgot about that dude even fucking existed. Ryan Ellis. Wow, terrible fucking trade, right? And granted, you can't really attack Chuck because like no one saw this coming.
It wasn't really right. Like so, like I have trouble calling it a terrible trade.
Oh, I will because nothing has worked out for Chuck Fletcher. Not one fucking thing he's done has worked out.
Okay.
They literally butchered the Giroux trade talks. How that gets leaked out is beyond me.
That's brutal.
That is such an error. And listen, we're not going to I don't know what changes if that doesn't get out and Giroux ends up in Florida anyway. But what I do know is that you at least get something that feels of value, whether it works out or it doesn't work out. Correct?
Correct.
You have Coots out for the year now. They're absolutely not going to do a captain this year. They're all a bunch of immature children. And part of that could be on Giroux for not commanding the locker room. I don't know. I do know they're not going to be sneaky good. They're not going to put together a decent season. They're going to be bad, especially
I was kind of thinking that like they maybe could be like a decent fringe playoff team
if you had Coots.
if you had Coots. Once I heard that today, I just feel so fucking disappointed, man.
And maybe Torta will get, will get some decent play out of his players. Maybe he is the guy they need because they're a bunch of fucking children, right? It's just going to take time. And honestly, I don't got none of it for it. I'm telling you right now. What's the date today? I don't even know.
September 20th.
I'm not tuning into one game.
You're not gonna watch at all.
Not
even on the iPad.
What?
Not even on the iPad.
I'd rather watch Real Housewives of New Jersey on the iPad.
The side pad.
I don't have any. I just don't believe in anything they do. Now they have a new, I guess they hired that chick now. There's a chick that's and look, I'm not fucking saying this like, oh, they fucking hired a chick. I'm just saying it's a new fucking person in there. Who fucking knows, you know?
Kenny, we did this podcast a very big disservice.
What?
We didn't even talk about Penn State.
Yeah, we didn't even do a 9/11 joke.
Completely annihilating Auburn.
All right, well, we can do that.
Like, shit on their faces.
Auburn's not good, though.
It doesn't matter. The way that they beat them at home in Auburn.
Are we back on the Cliffy?
He didn't do anything in that game to make me hate him. I'll say it that way.
I'm still over Cliffy.
But let me tell you something. They have a running game, dude.
No, you don't say. They got 3 fucking running backs.
But how long has it been since they've had a guy like Singleton? I mean, it has to be
Saquon Barkley.
Saquon Barkley was probably the last guy.
Well, Miles Sanders was no slouch. Let's not get it twisted.
No, he wasn't. So I can't say that Singleton's going to be.
But
better than Sanders.
It's been 4 years.
It's been a while, and the offensive line was shit, especially last year, and they've turned that shit around. They are blocking, they are running the ball effectively, and that's just going to make Clifford better. And Strange is a fucking baller, dude.
There's one very important
Strange is
key.
a fucking baller. Tight end, you.
Yeah, I said that.
I know. It's going.
There's one very important puzzle piece to Penn State's success.
Yeah.
Manny Diaz is a legitimate defensive coordinator. Is he a head coach? I don't see it. And we're just going off of his previous shit. But can he command a defense the way he does, man? They are fucking good. They have a great secondary. They have really good linebackers as usual. And they just get to the fucking ball like bees, man. They're swarming on that shit.
Yep.
Yeah, Penn State, well, they're going to break my heart because this is just how it goes. And it's because the divisions are fucked. You know, you got Iowa doing whatever the fuck they want out there.
Dude, Iowa is so bad offensively.
Year.
Let me just tell you. But they have their game with Rutgers. It's one of the lowest. I think it might be the lowest total ever of a college football game or something.
Yeah,
in the modern era. It's 35.
Wait, over under?
Yeah.
How do you take that?
That's horrible.
How do you take that? Over, right?
I don't know. I'm not touching it, to be honest.
I'll tell you what I am touching.
What were you saying about the rest of the division?
Oh, it's unfortunate that they have to play Michigan, Michigan State, and fucking Ohio State every year.
It's definitely unbalanced. There's no question.
Yeah, and those teams that don't have to do that shit end up sneaking into the Big Ten championship game, and they can win one once every 10 years. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. And Minnesota looks like it could be that team this year.
God damn it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who they got this week? I don't even remember.
Central Michigan this week at home. That's a 28-point spread, so that should be a simple win, probably at noon. Yeah, noon. And then the week after that, they have what's it? That's the week before the bye. They have Northwestern,
who is not as good as maybe we thought.
No, we were giving them some credit, but they lost to Duke, and
they came, and Duke's not a slouch program.
And they lost to Southern Illinois, which is
that's bad.
That's a bad loss.
Can't lose to them
at home.
Yeah.
So yeah, Penn State looks good, and they're getting some respect. I mean, the
what are they now? 18.
I think they're higher than that.
Me? Oh, daddy.
14, boy.
It's 18-10.
Yeah, I just saw Toronto hit another homer. Who's pitching? Stott?
Probably. Yeah. 14. And then when they got Northwestern, yeah, that's what you were saying. Bye.
Right? So, I mean, they could be 5-0 going into that Michigan game.
Yeah.
And I don't think I haven't really seen a lot of Michigan. I know that they've been playing some cupcakes, so I don't really know what we're taking from it, but you know, they've scored with over 50 points every game. They played Colorado State, Hawaii, and Connecticut all at home. So like I don't know, Michigan has had 3 preseason games.
I was arguing with this dude at work, the Michigan guy. I told you about that.
Yeah.
He's a nice dude, don't get me wrong, but he's just I can't handle teams like Michigan, right? And their fan base that are like, oh, Michigan is so good. And then they schedule fucking UConn, Hawaii, and your mother's fucking church.
Yeah.
I can't deal with it. Put someone on the schedule. It's not fair, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, to play 3 games that are that bad, like in a row, all at home, like what? What is the schedule?
I mean,
Honestly,
maybe this is it. Maybe this is the year that they beat Michigan.
could be. The problem with it is that it's at fucking Michigan, man.
That's all right.
That's not great though.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'd much rather it be at Penn State, but. And then they got Minnesota, which is a trap. Oh boy, that's definition trap. Holy
That
shit.
run right there is
Yeah.
lethal. Like they got to play Michigan, who has a crazy good offense, supposedly. Minnesota, who also has a great offense, and Ohio State, who we
And
know has a great
Indiana's
offense.
3-0, bro.
They are. They're sneaky 3-0. They haven't played anybody.
Well, neither has Michigan, so here we are.
But, yeah. So
Go blue!
listen, Penn State, they have some steam. They looked pretty good against Auburn. We'll see. We'll see. They should cover this weekend. Also, I mean, come on.
We're gonna be driving.
That's okay. We can listen to the game.
Oh, great. Great.
All right, listen.
It's a dad mobile.
It's a truck, dude. What the fuck?
No, I'm saying 50% of it is,
It
dad.
is 50% dad. You're right. So
50% DILF.
you wanted to, take this back to the Eagles in some capacity. I don't know why or what you wanted to say.
No, I didn't know if there was anything else that you wanted to leak on or leak. Ew, what the fuck was that adjective? I didn't know if you wanted to leak on anything. If you had anything else. I really don't. I think I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. Of course I am. I'm fucking hype. I've been hyped since fucking preseason week 1. I actually was having a conversation with my brother, and we both were like, fucking football sucks lately. You know what I mean? Like the last couple of years,
Yeah.
And I don't know. We're back. We're in. Drinking the Kool-Aid.
And so do you think it's because of the birds?
Yeah. Well,
Like
yeah,
just
I think so.
Because they're good?
Yeah, because
think.
this town lives and dies by them.
So why did you think football sucked?
I'm just saying in general, like the Eagles, because it felt like very slow.
Okay, I got it.
Trying to figure out like a shitty Wentz situation, trying to get Hurts up to speed, new head coach. There was a lot of reasons the last couple of years to be like, well, football kind of blows,
Yep.
So, and honestly, we haven't had many of those seasons, especially like my age and later in my my life. They were bad in the beginning, but there hasn't been many seasons like that we had to endure like terrible, shitty football.
Yeah, it's been a while. Back in the 90s, it was pretty putrid, but it's been a fucking long time since that. So fucking some of the people listening to this podcast weren't even fucking alive back then. So
I had just slid out.
Slid out. All right, so let's move this on to the gambling picks and wrap this thing up with a nice, pretty little bow. So you need to think about the gambling picks that you want to give this week.
But I think I did bad, didn't I?
No. So before you do, I'm going to tell you what we did last week. So I had Penn State -3, which is a win. I had LSU +2.5. That was a win. Chargers +4.5. Thursday Night Football. That was a win. And Eagles -2.5. That was a win. I went 4-0. Nice. Then you had the Jags +4. Giants -1. Tampa Bay -3. Bears +10. So you went 3-1.
Hey, I'll tell you what.
It's pretty decent though.
Yeah, and I don't think that
7-1 from the podcast. 7-1.
Yeah.
Fucking A. We're winning people money, man.
If they're smart enough.
If they get here to this part of the podcast, which we don't know if anyone actually does.
All right. Ugh, I don't like any of this. I'll be honest with you.
Oh, it's
Woof.
tough. I know. This is tough.
Woof.
One.
Ew.
So we do.
Ooh.
After these picks, we do need to talk about the Eagles game in that, win-loss. We didn't really go there, so we have to do that after the picks.
Okay.
All right, give it to me.
I want Seattle minus 2.5.
Yep.
I like the Bengals to do 4.5 against the Jets. They got to get going or the season's over. I'm serious when I say that.
I agree with that. Yep.
And if you recall, Sir kind of said that Joe Burrows will never make another Super Bowl with the Bengals. I did say that
You did on the record.
on the record. I think the Bills absolutely decimate the Dolphins.
What's the spread?
Minus 5.5. I have it at.
I think that's an old Lee Corso, not so fast.
You think?
I do.
Really? That's
I don't know if Miami can cover, but yeah.
I think the
It's in
Steelers
Miami.
cover.
Dude, they play well down there. They just do. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel you. I think the Steelers cover on the Browns minus 4.5. So Steelers should be plus 4.5.
Let's see. I don't want to give
You know what's funny with the Steelers? They're in every game. They're just not. You know what I mean?
plus 4.5 is correct.
Yeah. So I'll say
Their offense is just kind of shitty, to be honest.
it's stagnant. I'm gonna be honest with you though. I don't like any of these fucking games. Like this might be one of them football Sundays where I take a back seat to the old gambling.
Well, you can't gamble in Maryland anyway, so
What?
no.
What a shit ass. Put it on the list.
I know. See, none of.
And also my cock lock of the week, which doesn't have to go into my totals. I just found this. The Niners minus 1.5 against the Broncos. Fucking trash organization.
Well, so it's funny that you should say that, Kenny, because the Niners minus 1.5 is my first pick.
I think I might. That might be my game, because we'll be. Oh no, that's Sunday night. We should be across the border at that point, right?
I don't know. Honestly, it depends how long the game goes.
What?
But I mean,
Do I need to call out?
are you gonna eat? Like, come on.
Yeah,
what do
we
you
are
want?
gonna stop and get dinner.
So like, yeah, that's I love San Fran here, and honestly, like, I think nobody trusts Jimmy G. I do.
He balled.
I do. I really do. It's fucking horrible what happened to fucking Trey Lance. It's fucking brutal, but
Those North Dakota quarterbacks just ain't it. Mental midgets are made of glass.
I'm gonna take Kansas City, minus 6.5.
He's back. Gonna take Kansas City every week.
No, I used to fade Kansas City every week.
Yeah, I remember that.
I just think that they're due for one of those games where they annihilate somebody.
It's the Colts.
And they're in a dome, so like honestly, yeah, I think that might be the game. But who knows? It's the end of fucking L. I got one more pro. It was the Patriots.
That's an interesting game.
Patriots, I have it at 3, so I'll take Patriots plus 3. That line is weird to me, to be honest. I mean, Patriots and Baltimore always play each other tough. I just like the line, and I like the spot for New England, so I'm taking them with the points.
Ravens really got to win it though, just so we're all clear.
How come?
They need to get after a loss like that. They got to get back into the flow of winning. I really do believe that.
That was pretty rough over the weekend for them. Yuck. My last pick is Minnesota in college football. Minus 2.5. Minnesota is playing Michigan State. At Michigan State. I think they're gonna prove themselves in this game and say that they're for real. Minnesota.
Golden Gopher.
The old Gopher. So now, before we end this thing, we need to talk about the Birds game. So we are going down to the game.
We are.
And it's going to be great. I think the weather's supposed to be decent. I didn't really look.
Landover, Maryland.
Yeah, Landover. We are not really actually going to Washington, D.C., I guess.
Ooh, 74 degrees here, so it should be similar. I'm not saying it's fucking, goes together, but it should be close.
Right.
Landover,
It does.
Maryland.
It says 72. No, 81. Ew.
Fuck, that sucks.
Ew. 81.
Fuck. This has sweat game all over it.
Complete. So we're gonna be there. Who knows what the fuck's gonna happen on Saturday and Sunday? We'll probably record some stuff. We might even release a little extra behind the scenes episode. Who knows? We'll see. But
Dave and I are sharing a king match.
That's gonna be one for the books.
I call Jason. He's like a Polly Pocket.
The two of them are fucking skinny. They're gonna have like fucking a lot of extra land over there.
Hey, I'm a good cuddler. That's all I'm saying.
I'm good, bro.
For
so
now.
what are you? What are your thoughts? What's gonna happen? They gonna win?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your final? Or do you want to how much do you think they win by?
I think they win by 17.
Easy win. Okay, so easy win.
Yep. There's no revenge game for Carson Wentz. Didn't we play them already? Did we play the Colts last year? Why do I think we did? We didn't.
No, we couldn't have because they're playing.
Yeah,
them
that's
again
right. We're playing them this year.
Yeah. So I don't think we played them last year. I feel like we did play them. No.
Right?
Yeah, I don't know if it's just because you're saying it right now or.
Anyway, I just don't see how. Carson Wentz. Wait, what's our bets? We have bets. We have bets with Jay. You have a fucking cash cow of a bet.
So I have a bet. I have a bet with Jason that Carson Wentz will not throw 3 interceptions.
Yeah, and won't have 3 turnovers.
And you're saying he won't have 3 turnovers, which I actually think is more possible because the dude fumbles all the fucking
It's
time.
risky as shit.
And after watching Slay play, I'm like kind of nervous. Maybe he will have fucking 3 interceptions.
Oh my God, is Jason the smartest man in the room?
I don't know, but they had 3 interceptions last night. So
it's not happening again. Not back-to-back games. It's got to be a record.
All right, so you got them winning, and you got them winning easy. Okay. Me too. And I think it might be more than 17. I think this could be this could be like one of those games where they want to get revenge later in the season when we play them because we just embarrass them so bad.
I'm team as long as both teams have fun.
So yeah, I'm thinking that the Eagles might. I might even try to bet that. I might try to bet the alt spread as high as I can, because I honestly think that the Eagles are going to roll on Washington, and I think it's partially because of what happened this weekend, but it's also because I feel like Washington's a fraud team, and we all know that Wentz is what he is. So I just don't see them having the fortitude to take down the Birds this weekend.
I agree.
So
let me tell you, they better fucking win, because I did an 8-hour trip from Toronto after the Flyers got blown out, and I can't do it again.
That sounds fun.
It wasn't fun for anyone involved in the situation.
All right. Well, I think that's it, right? We didn't miss anything.
Nah,
Probably
who gives
did.
a fuck? See you next week, you fuckheads.
We probably did miss shit. I don't know. Harden was at the game.
Oh, yeah, we did. The Sixers, they have 5 players in the top 100. Did you know
Oh.
that?
I did not see this list.
6 is Embiid, 21 is Harden, 52. 52 is Maxey.
Oh.
69, nice, is Tobias. And
Nice
PJ
shit.
Tucker is 93.
Wow. That's actually pretty surprising.
That's the whole starting lineup, isn't it? It is?
Yeah. That's interesting.
Go Birds.
Let's fucking go.
Go Birds.
All right. Listen, this is the week, right? Like if Hurts does it again.
Yeah. You do not want to see me on Monday if he does it again. Tuesday.
All
What day
right.
is
Listen, like our podcast, share our podcast. People are listening. It's fucking cool. Thanks. And fucking go Birds, man.
Wait, is this next week?
Next week, number 50.
Half a century.
Kenny said he wanted to give something away for the 50th episode.
Yeah, we'll think it's gonna be a signed naked picture of me. It's got value.
Big time cash value.
Big time Coke can vibes.
All right, let's go. Get the fuck out of here.
No, I am gonna. We'll do something. We should do something.
All right, we'll try to do something.
Yeah, nothing crazy, but we'll do something.
Yeah. So if someone listens to this podcast, maybe you could win something.
We can spin a wheel. If you're here at the end of the podcast listening to the wheel, and if your name comes up, you're the winner. If you're the only one here, congratulations.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Goodbye.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
3-0.
On the road to victory.
What is it? 1-0. Is it 1-0?
Every week. Yeah, isn't that James Franklin? 1-0
Yeah.
every week. 1-0,
Yeah.
1-0, 1-0, 1-0, 1-0.
All right, let's go. Peace.
Lily and Jay were watching.